Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Wednesday, and you are tuned in to the I'm Making It Happen show with exception yours, Nykole Tyson. And we are here on every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And on I'm Making It Happen, we discuss how we can make it happen in our minds, bodies, finances, business, and culture, despite the inevitable and not so pleasant challenges. And that is every day. And we definitely made it happen today. We had some sprinters this morning. I thank them, our guests, for being in studio today. We're going to be discussing, minds, body, finances, business, and culture. And we're going to be speaking with the representatives of the Yvonne Ashley Galiber Breast Cancer Foundation, specifically Sarah Mahurt, Vice President of the organization, and Cassandra Dunn. Before we get into details, definitely want to say good morning to everyone, the USVI, St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John, the British Virgin Islands, and St. Kitts and Nevis, and anywhere you are in the Caribbean. Thanks so much for tuning in, as well as all those listening live on rebroadcasting.com from the East to West Coast. Good morning, and thank you for tuning in. And anywhere you are in the world, we appreciate you, as well as all those watching live on Facebook at I'm Making It Happen. Good morning to you. Please do like and share. All right. And so, as I mentioned, we have in studio with us Yvonne Ashley Galiber Breast Cancer Foundation representatives. And we're going to be speaking about prostate cancer awareness, of course, breast cancer awareness, and then also their upcoming event regarding breast cancer and prostate cancer awareness. All right. But before we do that, definitely want to take a break, and we'll be right back after these short messages. Okay, so welcome back. You listen to I'm Making It Happen with exception yours, Nykole Tyson. And if you were with me before the break, you know that we have the Yvonne Ashley Galiber Foundation, Breast Cancer Foundation representatives in studio with us, specifically Ms. Cassandra Dunn, the president of the organization, as well as Sarah Mahurt, who's the vice president of the organization. We're going to be speaking about breast cancer, of course, but also prostate cancer awareness and their upcoming event that's happening, the Breast and Prostate Cancer Conference that's happening April 24th and April 25th, right? So good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for being here. And you guys made it happen this morning. Like, definitely we made it happen this morning. All right. So I appreciate you guys for wherever you were. Had some time mix up, but they were here like genies.
Hey,
We're here.
that's
so
what we do.
yes, we make it happen. I just see Miss Dunn walking out. Like, how did she get
here? I flew. I knew this was important.
She did. So thank you so much. Audio and video. Okay, great. So our audio is great. So let's talk about, first I want to start off with speaking about the foundation's founder, Yvonne Ashley Galiber. She unfortunately passed last year. You could see her on the screen. I think you could see her on your screen. Beautiful person, inside and out. I was shocked when of her passing, and it still is like unbelievable to me. So tell us, just give us let's give a tribute to Yvonne. She was amazing. She was always upbeat, always smiling. The last time I saw her was in Touche. And her favorite place, right?
Yes.
Right. We always met up and saw each other in Touche, hug, and that was like about in April of last year. And then the next thing, I think in May, someone told me they were having a memorial. I was like, memorial for what? And what do you mean for Yvonne? And so please share.
Yes. So yes, Yvonne, she was our leader for many, many years from the time she founded the foundation in 2007. And her dream always was to make sure that women and men, particularly when it came to breast cancer. She was a breast cancer survivor, and what really got her into thinking how important it was to have a foundation is she had great health insurance.
Mm.
She traveled to her home state, Connecticut, and she good care. But while she was awaiting her various treatments, she always talked about a man and a woman, a couple, who kept going pacing back and forth from the seating area to the desk, trying to figure out how they were going to pay for the treatment for the wife.
Mm.
And that stirred something in her. She knew that when she came home to the Virgin Islands, that she wanted to do something that would help women, again, and men have better access to health care, including mammograms, biopsies, support services, educational materials, that kind of thing. So since 2007, we've been, moving forward, offering those kinds of services, and definitely continuing to do that in Yvonne's memory. Because many people will agree, her dynamite and infectious personality is really a very important part of the memory and the work we do.
And I got involved in 2012, went to one of YAG's educational programs after I had finished my treatment for breast cancer, and was welcomed with open arms and instantly got involved with Yvonne and the whole group, and have been on the board of YAG ever since. Because, I mean, you can't say no to Yvonne ever.
Yeah.
Even her memory.
Right? As I said, this has definitely been moving forward full force. I know you had an event, I think it was maybe August or September. Was it September? Like at I thought it was a Breast Cancer Foundation event at Starlight. Or maybe not.
Not this year.
It wasn't us.
Yeah.
That was another group.
Oh,
right?
okay.
But well, there was an event there that benefited us. So
right.
That was the comedy.
Right. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yes.
So I thought that was in benefit to us, and Chatterbox Review. And that's important too, because even though we know cancer is a very serious disease, we still have to find the joy and the laughter in life. And so it seemed like it worked together. We always try to be encouraging to those that we meet.
Definitely. So yes, she would always be in our memories. I spoke about her a great deal that around that time, and even more so this morning. We were preparing for the show and giving a background to my team of who she was. And so thank you so much for continuing the efforts to bring awareness to our community. And I want to get into the event that's going to be happening, so everybody knows. Put it on their calendar, April 24th and 25th. Tell us about that.
Okay. Well, we'll let Sarah start, and then
we're one of the things, as you can see, it's the YAG Foundation Breast and Prostate Cancer Conference. In recent years, there have been research to show that prostate and breast cancer can come from the same gene. And so, families, if you are your father had prostate cancer, you might get breast cancer if that genetic connection is there. And so we wanted to help the Virgin Islands and the greater Caribbean region to understand that we need to be focused on that prevention and that early detection, regardless of what is in our families. And for me, both my husband had prostate cancer. I had breast cancer. I did get the genetic test, so I'm not passing that gene on to my children, the one that they know about. There may be more coming up, but I think it's important.
No, we're not going to claim that.
Yeah.
We're not claiming that.
But I think it's important for, my daughter getting her mammograms earlier than recommended, and my son getting PSA tests earlier than recommended, just because we have that in our immediate family. But so this conference is to help. We have 4 pillars: prevention, early detection, help me, treatment.
Say it again.
Treatment and survivorship are
Can you
the
repeat that?
four pillars. We have prevention is the first pillar.
Mhm.
Early detection is the second pillar. Treatments is the third pillar. And then survivorship is the fourth pillar. And so the conferences and the conference topics are built around those four pillars to help people understand that that's kind of the journey that you would go through. Obviously, prevention, hopefully then you don't have the journey, but that what you would do as you move forward through a cancer diagnosis or working to prevent it.
Absolutely. And so this is one of the last things Yvonne and I talked about before she passed, that we had to do this conference. So we are very, very grateful to the Virgin Islands Public Finance Authority for giving us funding to be able to put this on. It's free. It is a free 2-day conference, April 24th and 25th. And we will be having on-island and off-island experts. We'll be having survivors. One of the popular events at our conferences in last year have been the Real Talk, Real People panel discussion, because one of the things about us being in the Caribbean, we don't always talk about our illnesses. We're shy about that, which means that, as Sarah was referencing, we don't have a lot of information about the genetics in our family. So we don't have a good grasp on genetic inheritance. So that's going to be one of our areas. We're going to talk about women's breast cancer. We'll talk about men's breast cancer. We'll be talking about treatment modalities. We'll be talking about in fact, I have to mention this before I forget. We will be having a 6-year-old little girl that will be speaking. She will be presenting on what it felt to lose her mother to breast cancer. That will probably make everyone run to get a mammogram, man or women.
Aww.
But it's going to be very dynamic in terms of understanding that these are things that we must talk about if we want to preserve the legacies and the health legacies of our families. So we have a slew of people that we have invited. We have confirmed some are to be confirmed, but we're very happy with our program agenda. And so, Sarah, back to you. You want to talk a little bit
But
about?
before you get into that,
Yeah.
definitely want to remind individuals who just may be tuning in
Mhm.
that you're listening to the Yvonne Ashley Galiber Breast Cancer Foundation's representatives, specifically Cassandra Dunn, the president, as well as Sarah Mahurt, the vice president, and they're speaking on breast and prostate cancer awareness and their upcoming event that's happening April 24th and the 25th, which is free. And one thing that I wanted to highlight that you mentioned about the 6-year-old made me think of, we don't take care of ourselves for ourselves.
Mhm.
Do we think so? And sometimes you think, oh, well, it's not going to impact anybody else.
Yes.
But there's a saying I heard a long time that, you take care of you for me,
Mhm.
and I'll take care of me for you. And so
Absolutely.
definitely this in all areas of our life, right? In
Mhm.
regards to health, but definitely speaking about, being proactive and getting early detection or, prevention.
Yes, absolutely. So, Sarah, you
Just
wanna tell a
want
little
to make
bit
sure
about the
everyone knows
schedule?
that the conference is going to be at UVI. We'll have large sessions in the great room and then some breakout sessions in different classrooms. And Cassandra hit on some of the things that were going to happen at the conference. But I think another important thing is we're going to have chat rooms, a men's chat room and a women's chat room, being led by someone with some knowledge about the prostate and breast cancers. And for people to be able to just sit and ask questions, talk to other people who may have similar issues and concerns and thoughts. So I think that's one of the things that makes this conference unique. It's not just presentations. And we, as Cassandra said, we'll have the panel discussions, but we'll also have the breakout time for people to meet and chat. We'll also have some health breaks like yoga or maybe a chair yoga session, a breathing session, some of those things that in between to keep us awake, but also to show these are some things you can do at home that are part of the prevention. So I think those are some of the highlights of having this conference be a little bit different than most conferences.
Mm-hmm. You know, the statistics say that 1 in 8, every 8 women will get breast cancer in her lifetime. And that is not just a American, mainland statistics. That's throughout the world and definitely here in the Virgin Islands. The statistic is similar to men. 1 in every 8 men may get prostate cancer in their lifetime. So the more we know about it, the more critical it is to talk about it and to make sure that we're doing our screening. I gave you a card earlier that shows you how to do self-breast examination. And on the other side, it shows men how to do breast self-examination. They can find that on our website as well. But it's important that that is a regular habit to acquire. The same for prostate. I know, some men are concerned about the digital exam. You don't have to do that anymore for detection. There's blood tests now. And there'll be talk about that. There'll be teaching about that. There'll be private conversations. There'll be public conversations. But the whole idea is that we're going to keep talking about it until we reduce the risk of cancer in the U.S. Virgin Islands. We've got to do it.
I'd like to ask a question. I know you're not in the medical field, but you are both cancer survivors.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I keep saying this. Blinking. Okay, you're on the air. Thanks for calling. I'm not sure that keep blinking. All right. Mm-hmm. So you can call in 340-719-7435 and 340-719-7436, either to share your comments or your experience, or give, just feedback about this conversation. But my question is this: with so much advancement happening, right? Mm-hmm. So much more awareness and education than years before, decades before. Why are we seeing so many still high cases of cancers?
Actually, I just had last year that discussion with my oncologist, and she said part of it is that the detection is more sophisticated now. So cancers are being discovered earlier than they used to. So we have now more people surviving, many more people surviving than survived in the past because of that very early detection. Things are machines that are more sensitive than they were before. And so, I was in a room with 10 women, 55 to age 80. 8 of us had breast cancer. And that's what caused me to ask her about that. She said, well, also the older you get, that 1 in 8 is for all ages. It's much higher as you get older,
Really?
the chance of getting breast cancer. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Go ahead. And of course, we don't have really, really good access to health care in some communities of color. So even though those who are detected know earlier, there are still some that just don't have access in their community. Going back to the data, we know that white women may get breast cancer more often, but Black women die more frequently from breast cancer.
Because of lack of access to healthcare.
The lack of
or good
access to healthcare. They don't get their screenings. And of course, that's one of the things we do at the YAG Foundation. We sponsor mammograms. They are afraid to talk about it. And they are also very concerned with, being the nurturers and the caregivers at home, and they don't take time for themselves, as you mentioned earlier.
Okay. I have some other questions, but you have some calls, so we'll take them.
All right.
Okay. You on the air? Thanks for calling.
Yes, greetings.
Good morning.
Greetings.
I am concerned about one of the subject here actually that you guys were just talking about, right? We have an oil refinery here that has been here for the past 50 years. And for 50 years, they have been dumping pollutants in the air, and it comes down west to the people in Frederiksted. I am concerned. I have a lot of friends that are actually right now, presently, I have 3 friends that have been diagnosed with cancer. I want to know if this kind of environment doesn't promote cancer.
Well,
that's my question.
Yes, there's a lot of research on that. Environmental factors are a very big factor in cancers of all kinds. I'm not going to sit here and debate if it was the refinery. I can say this though, there is a professor, Dr. Johanna Publit, and she comes back and forth from where she teaches in the States, and she has done a study on, particularly on those who live on the West End, to try to determine if the environmental factors are important in the diagnosis of cancer. Mm-hmm. So, I live west. I know, again, I'm not saying it was the refinery, but I do know that at one point across the hill that I live on, there were 5 of us women with breast cancer at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And so these are things that we have to look at, and we have to speak up about and advocate for, clean air and those kinds of things.
Yeah, my uncle worked at the refinery, and he died from colon cancer. So I don't know if there's a correlation, but definitely we do need to look at those environmental contributors.
And I did respond as part of the study because my husband, who worked at the refinery, also had 3 different cancers in his lifetime.
Oh, wow. Really? Mm-hmm. What were the 3 different
types? He
had
prostate, lung, and liver.
Did he work at you said he worked at a refinery? Mm-hmm. Prostate, lung, and liver. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, living through it was crazy too.
So to the caller, let's be very vigilant about speaking out and making sure that, whatever the future holds, that we are aware of what can and may be the impacts or not.
And I'm just still blown. You said 3. I want to cry. Okay. We have a call. We'll take it.
Okay.
All right. You're on the air. Thanks for calling.
Yes, greeting again. I get cut off.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
You could hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. You might have to call back, and I think it's your connection because it's showing you're still on the air. So, big man, please call back.
Okay.
All right. So let's continue. I did have a question, but we'll continue to move on. So yes, please do. You can call in 340-719-7435 and 340-719-7436. Let's see. Will it be? So those listening in St. Thomas, we do have St. Thomas listeners. Please do feel free to come over to St. Croix.
Absolutely.
The 24th and the 25th of April. So you have a whole more than a month to prepare for that, to come over here for either one of those days. Can you tell us what's going to happen on each day?
Sure. So Sarah talked about day 1. I can talk about day 2.
Okay, this is it. Yeah, on day 1, we have a keynote speaker, Dr. Lauren Bates, that I can talk about, and she's done a lot of research into healthcare communities and access to healthcare, as well as she is a young breast cancer survivor. She's in her 30s and has survived breast cancer. We're going to talk about emotional concerns of cancer. We really want to hit on the nutrition and how important nutrition is in prevention, as well as exercise. Those are 2 very big parts of a prevention program. And then again, about the early detection that we've talked about already. And, thinking about what can we, not just getting mammograms or having tests, but what do we look at on our own, the self-exam, but we look for breasts. We look for changes in the shape of the breast or skin dimpling or some nipple discharge. For men, it might be difficulty urinating. It might be getting up a lot at night and
So
frequent
symptoms.
urination, pelvic discomfort. So you have, don't wait for symptoms before you get screened, but also be vigilant for symptoms as well. So that's the kind of thing we're going to talk about
On the first day.
on that first day.
Be
Yeah.
vigilant for symptoms, but don't wait on it. I like
Don't,
that.
yes, don't
Be
wait.
vigilant for hold on. I'm writing it.
Okay.
Symptoms. I want to spell it right. Be vigilant for symptoms, but don't wait on them to get tested.
Right. And also one of the things we'll talk about on the first day is there is a cancer coalition with the Department of Health and various agencies across the Virgin Islands. And they'll talk about what their role is in cancer prevention, detection, and more closely what's happening in the Virgin Islands.
Okay. Okay. I see we have another call. Let's take that and then we'll go to day two.
Okay.
Sure.
You're on the air. Thanks for calling.
Hello?
Hi, good
Hello.
morning. You're on the air. Thanks for calling.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
You're very faint.
Okay, can you hear me now?
A little better.
Okay, go ahead. What do you have a question?
Okay, I'm calling to send a big shout out to Miss Cassandra Dunn. This is Myrtle Peterson.
Hey, Myrtle. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. I
Cast
hope
member,
you are
but
too.
I'm still here, but I'm homebound.
Oh.
So I haven't been able to be present
Mhm.
at anything for quite a while. But I've been supportive and
Yes.
still paying attention to what you guys are doing. I was so upset at the passing of Yvonne,
Mhm.
and it's difficult. But anyway, my question is about the registry. We used to talk about that in the meeting before, and I was wondering if there's been any progress in that direction.
Yes, that's an excellent question. We can't speak for the Department of Health, the Chronic Disease Division. At our last Virgin Islands Cancer Coalition meeting.
I'm going to hang up because I
Okay.
can't hear you
Okay.
with this. So
Sure.
I'll listen to your reply.
Okay. Yes, Myrtle, I will repeat that. We can't speak for the Department of Health, the Cancer Registry, but at our recent Virgin Islands Cancer Coalition meeting, which is a group of cancer organizations, nonprofits, and the Department of Health, John Orr, who leads that part of the program, indicated that they were working on catching up. It is one of the things that we know is a real issue with gathering information is that doctors must report when there's a diagnosis in their office. One of the challenges for the doctors, however, is that diagnosis doesn't always come in their office. Sometimes people go away and then it's not reported back. And so we are urging doctors and patients to make sure that the cancer registry gets that information through the Department of Health. So we do want more statistics. We need more statistics. We need more research. We need clinical trials, and we need funding. And all of those reasons are why the cancer registry is so important. So keep asking about it. Reach out to the Department of Health and say, it's important. In the meantime, on their website, vidoh.gov, there are some updated areas of cancer reporting. So you may be able to find some information there.
Okay. We have another call. We'll get that. Okay. You're on the air. Thanks for calling. Good morning. Turn on your radio. Okay. All right. You are welcome to call back. All right. I guess they're calling back. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. So that call didn't come through, but you're welcome to call back. So tell us, the first day of the event is about you said access to healthcare, nutrition, exercise, early detection, being vigilant for symptoms but not waiting on them. That's the first day. And then the second day of the event that's happening on that's the first day is April 24th, and then the second day of the event is April 25th. What's happening?
Right. So April 24th is a Friday.
Okay.
It'd be worth it to take time off from work.
Yeah, definitely.
So come on through. It's
What time?
free. Starts at 8. The day goes to 4. Again, no charge. We're serving breakfast and lunch.
Oh, well, there's no reason not to show up.
There's no reason at all.
All right.
And and we also expect, we're in talks now with VI DOH, the Department of Health, but we feel pretty certain that we'll be able to have a health band there that will do some basic screenings, glucose, cholesterol, that kind of thing. And, all of those are contributing factors to the risk of breast cancer. So on the second day, we're excited because we are expecting Jade Jones, Dr. Jade Jones. Jade is a born and raised Virgin Islander, and her parents are well known to the art community, Yamaya and John Jones. And Jade is a very accomplished oncologist at Emory in Atlanta. And she'll be coming and talking about, her research and her care giving and some of the things that we should be aware of and stay aware of. And so that'll be great. That'll be the keynote. And then we're also going to be having Dr. Jennifer Chang Wade, who is an adjunctive cancer care provider. And she'll be talking about, Sarah.
Well, she's going to talk about traditional Chinese medicine approaches to the care that's given while a cancer patient is in treatment, and also some other naturopathic medicine approaches.
Mm-hmm. And then after lunch, we'll be having one of our favorite segments we mentioned before, Real Talk, Real People. That's where you'll meet Little Miss Saya Bates, who will be talking about her experience. And we'll also have Senator Frankie Johnson. He's a prostate survivor, and he's not shy about talking about it. And so, that's part of the panel, as well as Michelle Gibbs. Michelle is a triple negative breast cancer survivor. And that type of cancer is very prevalent, or more prevalent than we would like amongst Black women.
What's a triple negative? What does that mean?
Well, that means that the balance between the estrogen and the hormones in the system. And when the balance is not there, it creates irregular cells, and it turns into negative. I'm probably not explaining this well. Come to the cancer and you find out more.
And there are lots of different kinds of breast cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like my kind was the best kind because it was estrogen positive. Right. So it's the most treatable.
Right.
And then they're triple negative. There's I can't remember all of them offhand, but there are 5 different ones that are well known. And so treatment's different. Survivorship is different, for each of the different kinds. And really, at least breast cancer care, and I know prostate cancer care now, is so individualized based on all the things that an individual woman or man brings to that breast cancer.
My concern about the mammogram, right, is like don't they have to press your breasts or something like that? And are there other ways to do the the like
They do. I know
detection
they
and
also
that?
do ultrasound as well, which is I don't believe I've never had. The only ultrasound I've had was after I had a mammogram to detect whether I had breast cancer. Where to put the biopsy needles, but I think they're doing some of that now, and
I just don't like the fact that they press your breast.
I'm so used to it now, it doesn't bother me, because after your treatment, you go every 6 months, and then for several years, and then you go down to once a year. So I've been through a lot of them.
But they do have
They don't hurt.
yeah, and they do have continually emerging ways to make it easier and more comfortable for women to get the mammograms and for men to get them, because let us not forget that men do get breast cancer. In fact, we will have an oncologist speaking about male breast cancer at the conference.
Yes, I have an uncle who had breast cancer. Out of his 4 children, 2 they have the BRCA gene in their side of the family, which is another reason why I got tested. And of the 4 children, 2 of them have the gene. One is a male cousin and one is a female cousin. The female cousin already had breast cancer. The male cousin gets mammograms every year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay, so can I, because I'm always about making sure we give good information.
Okay.
So just to make a better explanation of triple negative breast cancer, is an aggressive invasive cancer. Mostly 15% of all cases that are diagnosed with cancer that test negative for estrogen receptors, progesterone receptors, and HER2 protein. And so, not to get into the real science of it, but you'll learn more if you come to the conference.
definitely. So let's remind everybody the purpose of this conversation. I will definitely have you guys back again next month, closer to the event.
Okay.
But this is the Yvonne Ashley Galiber Breast Cancer Foundation representative, specifically Cassandra Dunn, president, and Sarah Mahurt, vice president. And they're making sure that the public is aware. St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix, there's going to be a conference next month, April 24th and 25th. Friday is a Friday, April 24th, and Saturday, April 25th. It's called the Breast and Prostate Cancer Conference, and it's going to be held on St. Croix at the Great Hall Room on the UVI campus. And they're going to provide, it's from 8 to 4, and you have 4:30, and they're going to have breakfast available as well as lunch. So if you're not able to take off, which we encourage you to, then definitely come in the morning before work, or take off sometime in the morning, or take off time, for lunch, and come to the event.
And I just let people can get more information from our website. So yagfoundation.org, and the flyer will pop up and you click on that says RSVP, and then you click again where it says tickets. There's no cost, as you said, but you have to click where it says tickets, put in your name and email address, and we'll send you more information.
Right. So that's save a seat.
Right.
We can hold but so many, but we want to have every seat filled on those 2 days.
Yes. So save a seat. Go to get your seat saved at YAG. That's YAG Foundation.org. All the information, if you wasn't able to retain what we discussed completely, just go to the website and you'll find all the information you need about the breast and prostate cancer conference. And this is about awareness. And so awareness, they said knowledge is important. Applied knowledge is better. And so just get the information, and it's free. All right. And they're bringing in people from the States. We're also from from people from the Virgin Islanders who has become accomplished in the States as well, in their specific fields in oncology and health. They're bringing them back. So make sure to come so you can learn from our Virgin Islanders who has gone on to, research these different cancers and bring information to help our community improve.
Right. I handed you a little breast model when I came in, and, for breast self-exam, what you're looking for. And we want to encourage people, of course, to do that regularly. But if you press it hard,
I can feel it.
You can feel that's
like
what
a
a
pea.
lump, yes, that's what a lump feels like. And then, of course, it grows. And that is what should send you quickly to the doctor to make sure you get a screening.
Yeah, when I would go to my gynecologist, my first time when I went to the gynecologist in college, they told us how to, lay down and use your finger
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
to go around your breast to feel if
Mhm.
there's anything going to circular
Mhm.
motion. And I haven't done that in a while, so I will definitely
Okay.
do that.
Please
Every
do.
month. Every month.
And we hope you'll be at the conference, Nykole,
Most definitely.
because young people, especially,
Mhm.
should really think that life is not forever. Okay. And you have to take care of your body. You have to eat well. You have to exercise. You have to be aware of changes and not shy about talking to your doctor about it. We have a oncologist that will be speaking, Dr. Jagamonth. Am I saying his name? I hope I didn't mess that up too much. He's from Trinidad, and he visits here to give health care, and he will be speaking to male breast cancer and also speaking to how difficult it is in the Caribbean to get people to talk about these issues. And so that's will be on Saturday. So that's one not to miss, along with quite a few of the other presentations.
So this is the second annual, right? You said you had
This
one
is
last
the
year.
first.
This
No,
the first. Oh.
we have had breast cancer conferences before, but this will be the first breast and prostate,
Oh, okay.
because we want to
Inclusion
we
for
want to
men.
show people the relationship, and also get men in the conversation. Don't be shy, men. Talk about it.
Yes.
It's important.
Yes. So, and you have people that's going to be able to address any questions you may have, right?
Yeah.
So these are the professionals. So if you're having a question and you're not able to go to the doctor, or you just don't want to at that point, like we said, just come to the conference, April 24th and 25th. That's a breast and prostate cancer conference, and I know they're having people coming in from Texas and just said Trinidad and Atlanta and Florida
and Tampa.
This is huge.
Yeah,
and it's free.
definitely.
Well,
It's
I
free.
don't like to say free. It's no cost to you,
Yes.
but there
Yeah.
is a cost.
Yeah.
And the YAG Foundation is absorbing that so that the community is educated. So make sure you're putting down in your calendar today, Friday, April 24th, and Saturday, April 25th. All right. 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the UVI Great Hall Room.
Mhm.
Breakfast and lunch will be available. There's no excuse, and you have enough time to prepare to take off for that day or to make some adjustments to get that information. Again, people are flying in throughout the U.S. and the Caribbean, as we heard, that are very knowledgeable, and not just knowledgeable, that are trained in this field.
Yes.
Breast cancer and prostate
And
cancer.
we want to say thank you once again to our major sponsor, which is the Virgin Islands Public Finance Authority, Mr. Nathan Simmons over there, and Carol Burke, and all of them who are really, encouraging us in this effort and rooting for our success. And for all those people who are just looking for something to sponsor, we're here, yagfoundation.org. You can give us a call.
Yes, and this is all in honor, continuing to be for Yvonne Ashley Galiber, who unfortunately passed last year, but her memory and mission continues. All right. And so thank you so much for being with us. Anything you want to say before we close out?
Thank you so much for having us here today. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, and I'm proud of you, Nykole.
Thank you.
Having known you, and Sarah says she knew you longer, but that's okay. But just getting the word out about so many things and making it happen. And we appreciate it.
Well, I learned from making it happen from Miss Dunn when I was in high school. I went to, actually, just so you background, I went to school with Miss Mahurt's daughter at Good Hope School. And then knowing Miss Dunn when I was in high school, and you were the communications director then. No, you were in HR.
I was in HR. You were right there at the front desk.
And listen, I've mentioned this before, but I don't think I've mentioned it with Miss Dunn on. I created the first newsletter.
That is right. And I have a copy. I have got to find that.
Awesome.
Do you still have your copy?
I have mine.
Okay.
So I said it. So now you have proof. The person that I made the first newsletter for the Water and Power Authority was me.
That's right.
Under the care direction of Miss Dunn, not knowing that I would be doing more things, but definitely she helped bring that creativity out, and she was always open to things that I was interested to, contributing to my role in under her supervisement.
Yes.
So thank you. And then she brought me back from college. When I was in college, one
Mhm.
summer I came back to work.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
there you go.
So thank you so much for your
Yes.
support,
Thank you.
as always.
All right.
All right, and so thank you again for providing this information to us. Again, this is the Breast and Prostate Cancer Conference happening Friday, April 24th and Saturday, April 25th at the Great Hall Room on St. Croix, St. Thomas, and St. John. We encourage you to come over. It's all day. You will have breakfast and lunch. No excuses. You have time to put it in your calendar. We look forward to being there. I'm looking forward to learning a lot and seeing all of our Virgin Islanders who have gone on to learn and gain the knowledge that they're going to be sharing. And I love that the YAG Foundation is investing in bringing them back. You know, they can bring anybody to bring this
Yes.
information, but they've made sure to find our Virgin Islanders near and far to provide this information. All right. And so you will be back again next week. Thank you
Thank
Okay.
for being here. We'll
Thank
be
you.
back again next week on the I'm Making It Happen radio show with exceptioneers Nykole Tyson. We are always happy to provide information in regards to that will benefit our community. Breast cancer and prostate cancer continue to affect millions of families around the world. But early detection, as was mentioned, and education and strong community support can make a difference. Again, I want to thank you, Ms. Dunn, as well as Ms. Mahurt, for the incredible work and all those part of the organization, a foundation, of all the incredible work you're doing to bring awareness and support to those affected by cancer. And thank you for sharing this with our listening audience. We'll be back again next week, Wednesday, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. We do have a guest, so make sure you be tuned in for that. And that's from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. If nobody has told you, you can make it happen. If you don't see something happening, create it. Be the change. And until next time, keep thinking outside the box, coloring outside the lines. And remember, it's about you, me, we. So make it happen.